In the dusty shade of an old neem tree, a quiet crisis unfolded as November's relentless heat pressed down on a village in rural Ghana. This was where Ama Mensah, a determined community health worker, first laid eyes on EKA, a frail, somber boy of just 3 years, whose tiny frame barely weighed as much as a healthy toddler half his age. Sunk into the earth outside a neighbor's kitchen, EKA was picking at a bowl of thin, watery porridge, his eyes dulled by a lingering exhaustion. Ama had witnessed the consequences of poverty, sparse meals, weary faces, but something about this child drew a deeper ache in her heart. There was a silent cry for help in the way he barely moved, in the way hope seemed to flicker within the shadows. EKA's mother, Afia, wore lines of fatigue and worry on her face. She was a single parent, laboring against odds that seemed insurmountable. When Ama gently asked how her son was doing, Afia's reply told a story common to too many mothers. He just won't eat. The truth, Ama knew, was harsher. Afia had stopped visiting the clinic when hope felt futile, and the family's meals, when they came, consisted mostly of porridge or cassava, filling perhaps, but empty of the vital nutrients a young child desperately needs. Afia was trapped in a cycle of overwork and undernourishment, not by choice, but by poverty and circumstance. Ama could not stand by. In EKA, she saw not just a child in crisis, but a rallying point for change. Determined not to let him become another heartbreaking statistic, she brought him packets of therapeutic peanut paste, an energy-dense, vitamin-rich food designed to pull children back from the brink of malnutrition. She returned every week to record EKA's tiny gains, to check his temperature, to coax him through another weary meal. Each visit was a lifeline, building a fragile trust between Ama, Afia, and the stubborn little boy who refused to give up. Transformation was slow, measured not in days, but in ounces and in smiles. EKA often resisted eating. Years of hunger made each swallow a struggle. Afia, working from dawn until dusk, sometimes forgot how to mix eggs or groundnuts into porridge, falling back into old routines. Ama brought a simple measuring tape, marked with colors for danger, and showed Afia how far her son had slipped beneath the threshold for healthy growth. The sight stunned her. The weight of fear and understanding brought tears that washed away old doubts. For Afia, this was the moment the fight became her own. Word spread through the village, and gradually, hope grew sharper than hunger. Other mothers watched Ama's weekly visits with curiosity, and before long, they were gathering beneath the mango tree for practical lessons in nutrition. Ama showed them how to spot the warning signs of malnutrition: fatigue, thinning hair, swollen limbs. She shared recipes for low-cost, high-nutrient meals made from peanuts, beans, or moringa leaves, a nutrition powerhouse growing wild on the village's edge. The ripple reached the men as well, who volunteered help and offered land for a new community garden. What started as one child's fight for survival became a communal pledge. No child would go hungry, not if they could help it. 6 months passed, and Ike's cheeks rounded with laughter and health. He tipped the scales at 12 kilograms, celebrating a hard-won milestone. The true triumph, however, was collective. The following year, not one child in the village was diagnosed with severe malnutrition. Afia moved from the shadows of shame to become a nutrition champion, teaching others what she had learned. The changes sparked by Ama's compassion and courage inspired new policies in local clinics. The village, once cornered by hunger and quiet despair, had rewritten its own story, starting with one child and echoing through every home. Years later, EKA runs swift and strong, his future bright with promise. Each month, families gather at the health clinic, not out of fear, but to celebrate growing children. Ama watches from a distance, content. Victories, she knows, outlive the statistics. They are measured in lives rebuilt, in futures reclaimed, in hope that multiplies across generations.